Well, our fast start came to a crashing halt against Liverpool, and since then we've been pretty much stuck in neutral, despite the fact we've had a couple of really good performances from players I was not expecting. If anything can get us back on the right track today, it's the A23 Derby. Brighton is back in the Premier League, and we are facing them in Selhurst. If we can't beat them, then I'm not quite sure what we're going to do the rest of the season. My name's FM19, and this is the Palace March, episode 42. Now, it's been a few days since I've recorded, so the angle's probably off. I'm kind of, sort of, still mostly centered. Can still sell a ton of advertising on my forehead if I wanted to. Anyhow, as you can see, our form has not been the best since the Liverpool loss. And frankly, the Man City loss, we got absolutely rogered by FM. There's no two ways about it. We were home against Leicester, and we drew with them 1-1 thanks to a Gubbles goal in the 90th minute. That's after Kun scored in the 74th minute. Leicester was on the attack all game. They just could not put anything together in a solid manner. Their attacks got broken up early more often than not. Crosses would go long, they'd go short. The Kun goal was very nice. The Gubbles goal equalizing was also very nice. I'd resigned myself to a loss, and Gubbles clawed the drawback for us. This game against Man City, good grief. Laporte scored in the 12th minute, Gubbles scored in the 30th minute, Mayoral scored 2 goals 5 minutes apart, and then Seagull scored in extra time of first period. Thank you, FM. Silva scored in the 67th minute to equalize things. I was happy with the draw. I was back on defense. We'd frustrated them ever since about the 70th minute. And then out of nowhere, Bernardo Silva scores in the 89th minute. And then 4 minutes later, Gabriel Jesus scores in the 93rd minute for a 5-3 victory. That really was a lot closer than the stats show. This is one of those games where actually the ratings belie how bad they were. Sure, there's a lot of players there in the green. A lot of that is goal-related or assist-related. But in the case of players like Manolas and Sushia, too many names. Dybala, those scores were definitely a gift. We held Man City pretty even for 67 minutes. And if it weren't for these extra period goals, okay, yeah, they still would have won, but those last 2 goals were just utter tripe. We were then home at Selhurst for our first game in our Champions League group. Yeah, this could be a little tough. Lyon, Real Madrid, and FC Copenhagen. That's the group we're in. Lyon's a top 3 team in Ligue 1. They actually won it 2 years ago. They've got some really solid players. Real Madrid is Real Madrid. And when FC Copenhagen isn't winning the Superliga, they're finishing second. And they haven't finished second for 5 years now. So, despite the fact they're a quote-unquote smaller club, they're still quality. This is going to be a tough group to get out of. We're going to need a decent amount of luck, I believe. The group stages as a whole, Liverpool is in with Barcelona, Benfica, and Eindhoven. Chelsea, Napoli, Besiktas, Maccabi Tel Aviv. That is definitely not your group of death. Man City's in with Leverkusen, Juventus, and Club Brugge. That's actually a tough group. Brugge is a really good team in this save. So it's going to be tough for English football to make it out of the group stages, I think. There's going to be at least 2 teams I think that can do it, but we're not going to do it by winning the group. That's for sure. One of the things I did want to point out, William Gubbles has really turned it on this year. In 8 Premier League games, he has 8 goals. He's averaging a 7.81. He's also got 2 assists and 3 players of the match. He is pretty close to topping out on his ability, I believe. He's 21 years old. And as I suspected at the end of last season, there are teams coming in for my players. Gubbles is wanted by Arsenal and Liverpool. Basankic is wanted by some really big teams. I got to check something out here. This is how long it's been since I've actually played. It's been about a week since I fired this save up. So I'm not quite sure where we stand on a few. There was an offer made for Bosankic at the end of the transfer window, but it was made too late. They couldn't get the paperwork done in time. He was leaving to Monaco, one of the big teams, for about £32 million when all was said and done. It's been almost a calendar year since he pitched a fit that I find him for a double yellow. He's still unhappy. You know, there's a good possibility he's going to go in the January transfer window, especially if I can get the amount of money for him that I want to say it was Monaco was offering. So today we have the A23 Derby, Brighton at Selhurst. I'm going to set the best 11, and we will come back with that match in just a bit. Just a slight overview before we get to the player lineup. Sandro Tonali is out with a slightly torn groin muscle. And I don't know how something can be just slightly torn. Either it's torn or it's not. It's not like you can be just a little bit pregnant. You are or you aren't. But he's out for the next 3 weeks. Currently, right now, we stand 6th. Liverpool is in first place with just the 1 loss. Chelsea is 2 losses behind them. Everton, however, has 2 games in hand. Man United has 3 games in hand. It looks like top 6 is going to be another dogfight this year. So as long as since I play this, I forgot the flute screen. I can't get through my lineup fast enough before it flips over. Anyhow, we're playing our 4-3-3. Neka in goal, Mings, Kamara, Bosankic, and Sablik as the defensive back 4, Benasser, Fagner, and Linetti as the midfield 3, Gubbles, Jetty, and Mayoral up top as the strikers. So Brighton finished 4th in the championship last year, and then they beat Fulham to come back to the Premier League. Right now they're in 8th, but it's early days. We'll have to see how well they do. Derby Day is always fun. I'm actually getting into it a little bit now that I've read the history behind it and actually gone back and watched some of the old games. So I get it. I get rivalries like this. Half hour in, got a whole lot of nothing going on other than the one highlight. We've had 2 shots, and on target, Brighton has been held shotless so far. I think we're going to go to the attack here, just as Knockaert sends the ball in, and his shot, who was that? Was it Oxford? Yeah, Oxford's header was high. And somehow Brighton's managed to put 5 shots and 2 on target in the last 15 minutes. Benasser's already exhausted. Oh, that's not good. We'll bring Louis on for Benasser. Fagner's going to switch to the left side and become a Mazzella, which he's very good at. Bosankic out to Mings, up to Gubbles. He sends it in, Jetty to Fagner. Oh, off the post and in. Took a little bit of luck. Sometimes that's what you need. Oh, nice first touch by a Jetty, chesting the ball down. That ball has a little bit of spin on it. Coming up on 60 minutes, we're going to make a couple changes here. We're going to make them at the top. Song is going to come on for Mayoral. And Ricci is going to come on for Jetty. And he is going to move over to Gubbles' spot, and Gubbles is going to move to the center of the top 3 there. Ostergaard to Grujic. To Coates, who drives left, to Henry. Back to Coates, to Grujic. Out to Hayden. Oh, intercepted by Sablik. Up to Hahn. Sablik has it again. Long pass up to Hahn, who got behind the defenders. Cross it. And Gubbles with the score. 9 goals in 9 games for Gubbles. Although if Hahn had crossed that ball the first place, he wouldn't have had to gotten the rebound back to get it back to Gubbles. Jeez. I've seen a lot of FMers complaining about that they're not that... In situations like that, as I'm pointing to the screen, because you guys can't obviously see my hand pointing at the screen, that in real life, Hahn probably would have crossed it. He wouldn't have taken such a low probability shot like that. Fagner off the corner kick. Back to Gubbles. Cross the box to Luis. Dispossessed by Coates. Henry runs it down. To Caleri. Back to Brown, and right at Neka. And the neighbors' dogs are going nuts again. Oscar knocks the ball down, but goes right to Mings, who sends it up the line. Ricci's there. He crosses it in. Gubbles over to Hahn. Oh, and he buries it far post. That was nice. Gubbles got the assist on that. How? Let's see. Mings passes it up into space where Ricci runs it down. Crosses it in. Oh, Gubbles tried heading it. I'm not going to say that was intentional by Gubbles. I think Hahn got lucky. But, you know, sometimes it's what you need. We're going to come off the attack and go balanced. Good second half for us. Sablik's having an excellent game. Gubbles to Fagner on the corner kick. Back to Gubbles, who sends it in. Knocked away. Linetti at the top of the box. Out to Bosankic. Fouled? No. Henry up to Caleri. Out to Knockhart. Oh, Luis intercepts that pass. Oxford knocks it down. Gubbles steps in front of Hayden. Ricci is there. Up to Hahn, who drives right, crosses it back in. Linetti. Wow. That was a shot. Oh, it was Ricci. I'm looking at the name on the screen. Wow. Okay, that was some acrobatic stuff there. Coming up on the end of the match here. And that is it. Not only do we beat Brighton in the A23 Derby, we hold them scoreless. And they had more shots than us. And the possession advantage. Wow, that was well done, boys. That moves us up into 5th place. Crystal Palace triumphs. I would agree with that. You know what? Let's take a look at the schedule here. Of course, we got Madrid in 2 days. Well, 3 days. Copenhagen 4 days after that. And, I'm sorry. So, schedule-wise, we got Madrid in 3 days. Southampton 4 days after that. Copenhagen 3 days after Southampton. You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to skip a few of these games. And we're going to come back for the FA. We're going to come back for the Carabao third round game. Me and my history with third round cup games. Plus, Blackburn is in the Premier League this year. They're back. Well done them, actually. And so it's going to be a good test for us. And that is the plan. Then after that, we'll probably come back for the away game at Lyon. And that will tell us where we stand in the group. Because I think, unless Copenhagen does something absolutely outstanding, it's going to be Madrid, Lyon, and us fighting for those top 2 spots. So that is what we're going to do. Gubbles, again with a goal. 9 goals in 9 games. I don't expect him to keep this up all season, but I am certainly not complaining. This was a good, solid performance. We needed something to get ourselves back on the right foot, and I do believe this was the game to do it. We'll have to see how we do against Madrid. The draw against them the first time around is really helping us in our favor. If we do the same at the Bernabeu, I will be very, very happy. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM19. I thank you for watching.